Good evening and welcome back to Timberborn here on Ark, where we are basically ready to build a golem. We've got all this built over here. We have got one mine built, which is running. I turned these back on here, so it's doing its thing and it's all fantastic. But I want to start here by saying that this isn't working. These four water dumps aren't enough to keep the whole area flooded. So either I need to redesign it with levees down one side and levee it off so that we have dedicated sides, or what I've been doing for the moment is just opening this. I've just been opening the floodgate, letting it fit up to basically sort of here, and then letting it drop again. That seems to be the way of doing things. We'll just open that up, let the water flood in. It fills up quite nicely over the course of it takes about 2 days actually to fill this up. It's pretty high, and then turn it down again. One thing I also have noticed is that these beehives are definitely not working. And I have had some very weird intermittent things with this, because I went back and had a look at some a different live stream and some videos that I've done. A live stream and some videos that I've done, sorry, some previous videos and a live stream. And these beehives did work underwater. But now they're not. They're definitely not. I've been checking out the seedlings here and the seedlings here, and watching them, because these ones are in range and these ones are not, and they both grow at the same speed, so there's no bonus from the beehives to it. But I know in the parts they have worked, so it seems very intermittent depending on what I suppose it's not supposed to work, and then sometimes they patch it does, and then they turn it off again because it's not supposed to work, and I don't know, it's a bit weird. It is kind of annoying, I'll be honest with you. I really wish they would work underwater, because or not even to work on that you could put them on a platform. I've said this before, I think I said this last episode, before. You could put them on a platform, because otherwise they can't help you with underwater crop unless you very specifically blow things down in a certain order to leave pillars to allow it to work. So it's a little annoying. I kind of wish that you could put them on, they weren't ground under. I wish you could put them up on platform. But we can't, so I guess our underwater crops you can't do it. The only way I could do it would be to well, I couldn't do it at all here. There's no, I couldn't put them like on the edge here and do it. There's no way of doing it on here at all. Levying around them and having it done so you lose 5 tiles instead of just 1 for it would kind of work, I suppose, but we're fine. I have also changed up, because we were doing really well for Grill Spade Dog, like really well. We hit the cap. So I've got 2 doing Grill Spade Dog, and 2 of these are actually doing chestnuts, grilled chestnuts, which we're getting from here. So we are getting some grilled chestnuts in, which is awesome. We are basically filling up with all the foods that we have. We have 1, 2, 4, 5 types of food, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're all good. We're all good for all the food. Chestnuts are kind of getting them. That's okay. As long as it's going up, it's fine. Our population is never going to raise anymore. At least not beaver population. Golem population, definitely. So what do we need to do to get some golems? Well, we need to build them. We have filled up our tanks with biofuel. We have 900 biofuel on stock. This has all been going and it's been done. So what we need to do is we need to enable these. So this one requires metal blocks, biofuel, and planks, and produces the golem part factory. Golem part, even not part factory. The golem chassis. That's the word I'm after. This one produces limbs. We have limbs. Limbs actually managed to make their way into here because they're easy to make. And then this one requires planks, gears, and wheat. Now we don't have any wheat. We do want wheat. I also would like to click on a beaver. Show me what you've got. So you don't have sunflower seeds, you don't have bread, you don't have maple paper. They're the things we need to do. Sunflower seeds, kind of awkward. You need so much of it to cover what the beavers want. We might do that down here and around these. Might make sense. And then we'll do wheat and maybe we'll do wheat and sunflower seeds in here. And because we're not particularly using many trees, we could tap into this here. I could actually turn off some rows of these and say, hey, don't actually chop any trees down there, and then just have them harvest. We could save some down the bottom here and have them harvest the maple syrup from that. That would kind of make sense. not sure how or where I'd want to do that. We don't need these 2 water tanks here. They're nice being centered because obviously we then spread it across as well. I do also want to move these water tanks. I want to rotate them by 90 degrees out so that we can actually get out this way, do things this way. So, that's in the future though. This is, yeah, see, this is raising up quite nicely. Over the course of about a day, it's filled up about halfway, so it takes about 2 days to do it. But then I just put it down to halfway height, and it stops pouring, and it's fine. So, yeah. And if the sea level ever rises above halfway, which it never should, if it does, it will pour into here a little bit. I suppose what I should do, turn that completely off, just in case that happens. And that's full, and then that takes, with these 4 pumping into here, takes several cycles to empty down to run it. So yeah, we're okay. So wheat is the important thing here. That's what we want to do. We want to do wheat. So let us go. Oh, okay. Nope, actually. It's just like that. It's the quickest way down we can possibly get. Bump, 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 bump. Like that. There we go. And then run a path across. Yes. Now, wheat does require some processing, so we need to run processing down here or somewhere in order to process the wheat into grain. Now, I am tempted to just build it down here. Just put the farms and things on this side and the processing all on this side, and then run power down that one side so we lose 1 lane. But that would be fine. We can, of course, use beehives in here. This is completely fine. 1, 2 would leave a gap down the side. We also want sunflowers, don't we? Well, so. We wonder if we're doing it like this instead. We can't, but we can cover the whole area, but we also can't cover it. So what if we did this? Put them like this, so we get some bonuses, but they're not fantastic. They're getting some, but they're not getting 100%. I don't know whether we want more wheat or not. Actually, no, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. We'll do that, and we'll say, hey, you want to be wheat. This all wants to be wheat. This wants to be something. And now wheat is really, really good. Wheat is fantastic. You harvest. You harvest 3 wheat every 10 days, and 3 wheat gets ground into 3 flour, 1 to 1. But then 1 flour produces 5 bread. So every 10 days, you get 15 bread from a single wheat area. So wheat is fantastic. Now we are going to use wheat without processing it into here to make golem heads, which is fine. So what I want to do is I want to put in at least 2 farms. At the very least 2 farms. And we want to have some grits mills down here. Melting? Grinding the stuff, that's the word I want, into wheat. Into flour. And then we want to have the bakery turning that wheat, that flour into bread. I'm trying to think how I want to do this, because we can't put it here because of the way the pathway we're kind of stuck just doing stuff over this side. Normally I'd bring it up here, but this wants to become metal processing. I think we only have metal processing left. Is that correct? The wood workshops are here. Yeah, I think we only have a smelter left to build that requires power. And then we also want to have the printing press, making books for our beavers. But that's not desperate. You need a lot of those as well. You need a lot of those for that. Could also put platforms in here. I don't really want to go down the platform route, if I'm quite honest with you. I've kind of moved away from that idea of putting platforms in to process stuff. So how about we put in 2 metal? I don't think we need 2. These produce 1 every 4 hours, and this one uses 1 every 12 hours. So we just need 1. Metal isn't used anywhere else other than for building for ourselves. So I think we'll just go with that. Now getting power over is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We need to actually we're going to have to change this here. You can't connect to the second level of a Golem factory. You can't connect to this here. I think this spins a bit. But you can't connect to the second level, you can only connect to the ground level. So we either need to go ground level there, or go up and connect to the ground level in this one. But that's 3 high, and that would be awkward for us to do. So I think what we'll do is we will just delete this here. We'll build a platform. We'll go up and over. And then we'll run a power line from there in. That's going to be the best way to do that. Then we can put in our smelter. Now we want storage for metal blocks because we're going to produce more metal blocks than we have. So we actually want to have storage. I'm just going to put a large warehouse. We can put on the end like that and turn sideways, so it doesn't make any difference. I don't know whether we actually need a large storage for it. Once we get things going, we're only going to use the metal for processing. So for making more golem. We're not going to build anymore. We will build a little bit around the outside. We'll build like out the back here, but that's not going to be on metal platforms. That's going to be on normal platforms, because we want to also put in things into the water. We want to sink into the water, which does mean we need to do some trickery in here, because we want to get into the water, but the water's kind of too low for us. We need to raise the water up a little bit on this side, which is kind of going to be awkward. I don't know how we're going to do that. We might build a platform around and control the level of the water ourselves inside here. Or maybe not. The water's quite stable. Maybe we'll just go down. Maybe we'll just move these around for 90 degrees and we'll just go down by 2 levels. Or 1 level, then put water in there. And we'll see how that. 1 level. So okay, so let's actually then, in that case, what I was going to say, let's build a small warehouse and put it just that way. We can't do that now because that's going to where our power's running. But that's not. So we might as well do a large warehouse. We'll just do a large warehouse. Why not? We'll put a large warehouse in. We'll do medical blocks. Wow, no, we'll do metal blocks. This is set to 0, so take them out of there and put it here. Cool. We will then also put in our melter here, which I'm going to offset by 1. I think no, we're 2 on. We're okay. We're 2 on. So, but in a single smelter, you just need the 1. The printing press we might do. See, this requires 1.5 paper every 1.6 hours. Right, requires 1 paper every 1.5 hours, and these produce 2 paper every 1.6. So it's a 2 to 1. You have 2 printing presses to each one of these, so we can have 4 printing presses. Now printing presses are large, so we can't get 4 in there. We're going to get 2 in there. I don't think that's going to be enough for us. They use books a lot. Like beavers are really greedy. Eat all the books like all the time. So maybe we want to try and not do that. We do want to try and get something thinner in there, but I can't get anything thinner in there because of how this works, and I can't run it up against the edge to transfer power through there because there's no way for us to get round and down because this unfortunately has its door on this side. Oh, for the ability to flip him. Right, pause for a moment. Always make people walk around. One fuel won't be too bad. We're not using that much biofuel anyway. But what if we did this? What if we did a large warehouse smack bang up against there, transfers the power? We can't go up and over and build up and over because of how things are here. We can't go on top of that. We then do our smelter, and this is going to be for metal blocks. Then we're going to do our printing presses. 1, 2, 3 of them. We do need storage. And then out the back, we're going to do a grit mill. These 2 of them. And a bakery. Now I don't know whether one bakery is going to be enough. I don't think it is. Bakery does not actually need to be up there. Bakery can be down here. So we take the wheat, we go there, it processes, it comes back down again. Seems a bit weird, but I think that's okay. I think that will be fine. We'll put 2 bakeries in. That or well, no, let's not redo that. Redo farmhouse. We do a farmhouse there, farmhouse there. We'll put 2 bakeries in there, and then we can put another bakery on the end if we want to. You are going to plant and prioritize wheat, and then you're going to do sunflower as kind of an offset. And I can see you filling up with wheat very easily because we do get a lot of it. And then we're just going to go, hey, would you plant? So it gets up here, it gets processed, it comes back down again. So that means we can move these over and have storage for books behind, which is a consumable. Not a food type, but it is actually a consumable, which is a little weird. It's a little weird. I think it's the only other one that's a consumable. If we click on these here, they consume all these. All these they go to. The statue, roof shrub, if they're within range of it, or if they're within range of it. The carousel, mud buff, and lido, they go to it. Books is a consumable. It is something they actually eat, is the best way to describe it. They eat that. So it should be up here with the storage here, but we can't do that because obviously we've got things. We also need maple pastries. Going to be a thing. Maybe we don't want to do some. We put sunflowers around here. We won't do sunflowers. We'll do sunflowers down here. We'll do maple trees. I think that's what we were going to do originally. I could get the maple trees doing stuff here. Then the maple trees. Maple pastries it's made. So you don't. You grind wheat into flour, put on, and then the flour can be used for either maple pastries or for bread. Okay. So what I'm going to do here then is actually going to probably run 3 grits mills for the back here. I think I can do 3. So what with them? Doing wheat flour, hopefully too far from keep up. It might not. We've got a little bit at the end I don't know what to do with. We don't have anywhere to store books. We can figure out book storage later. They do need book storage because these, they can't take books out of these, or at least they wasn't able to previously take books out of the printing press. They can take food out of farms, they can't take books out of the printing press. It's a little weird, but I don't know if that was just something that was not intended, but it was a long time ago. But I haven't built printing presses in a very long time, so maybe that's changed. Maybe that's changed. Who knows? And then we can plant sunflowers down here around the mine. This can just become a sunflower thing with a very simple, like a farm either side. Just plant sunflowers down here. It won't be a problem. Okay. So we then get sunflower seeds. Yeah. So all we need to do is somewhere to store books, and I might do it up here opposite these two with two small ones because we don't really want. I did set them down to 100 on that. We don't need them there. All the water's all down here. People wake up and want to come get water. If they're working in one water, it's kind of awkward. I mean, you can get water here. Maybe we should put a tank. Give these people access to something as well. I think that might not be a bad thing. Put a couple of water tanks up here. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that as well. Let's say, hey, don't get rid of those. Then when they get rid of them, we can just put water tanks up there so we can get some water for our farms. That way everyone gets access to water somewhere nearby. You can come up here, you can come up here, that's fine. Okay, you are going to become maple trees. We do have maple trees, I know we have maple trees, I know that already, but we're not fussed about the maple trees. At the top, the maple trees at the top are purely for chopping down. These are for wood. They're not for things. I was tempted to change some things. I've had some suggestions. People suggesting that I should make 1 or 2 rows not choppable. And we're not really going to use any wood anymore up here. But you know what? We're just going to do it dedicated down here because we have the space. So why not? Why not? So let's also put in a wood bucket. I'm going to get rid of one of these at the moment and put in a forest. And I'm going to pause all of this, get this to plant first. You can plant trees, and then we'll just destroy it, build other things and do other things. This is going to be maple pastries. Okay, this is all going to be good here. Fantastic. We've got the corner bit here. We can do whatever with that later. That's not a problem. That's been built there. That's fine. You're going to be metal block, which means we're going to take those. We'll do that. So that's all good, and that's kind of the last of the building we're going to do. So what I want to do, I've paused these for the moment so that we had more people moving things around. I'm going to re-enable them so they can help build things better. Right. And I'm going to put there. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove these 2 on the outside, and we're going to put 2 holding posts either side because I don't think we need to build anything more once that's done. I don't think we need to. So this is the plan. This is the plan. We have decided we have many things left to build and left to do. Let's unpause the game and let them do their thing. And we will build all the stuff. And then we'll be back. We'll be back in the next episode where this will all be built and hopefully things like that. I'll probably wait for this to all be planted and start going. That'll be okay. I need a tapper shack down here. Don't I? I need a tapper shack. Got that. I don't think we need 2 of them, but I'm going to do 2 of them just for Tim. There we go. And if we find out that this is all struggling up here, we can always put a tapper shack up here as well. If we get rid of these and put in 2 small storages for books here, we can put them on top somehow. We can get up there. We can figure it out. We can figure it out up there. That's fine. And then put our teeth grindstone things in other places, which is fine. Also, rooftop terraces is something I wouldn't mind getting into. I feel like that would be helpful for our beavers. Give them something else to enjoy life with. But we'll look into that. We'll look into that in the future. Right now, everything's doing fine. Wet fur is struggling. I was looking at the shower, trying to figure out how the shower works. And I think it needs to be... on a platform, and the other side, the bit where the shower head is no, well, not the shower head. The it's kind of a pump. It's really difficult to see. Yes, I put it. The way these work, that I believe the way these work, I'm not too sure. Would be you have to have 2 blocks like that. You go to them, you grab a shower, you put them there like that, and they pump up water for the shower to go. So there's something that's going to have to definitely be over here for our beavers at a future date. Not right now. So I'm going to set these are both set to 0 anyway. Okay, all these are set to desired 0, which is why things are getting full there. So we're also going to turn off all our pumps. And whilst we're at it as well, we're going to increase the priority pump, because I realised that these don't have the high priority, and they really should. Water is important. Water is important. I thought the showers were something you had to take water to, and then beavers shower them, but I guess they're not. I guess they're something that you just have to pump water out from. So. But that's okay. That's fine. And then we can build Lidos in here, and beavers can get wet with them as well. So that will fix that up there. Roof terraces, campfires, maybe down in here. I might get rid of these. Scrap, I'm not too fussed about actually having scrap, if I'm honest with you. These are going to produce a lot. We can do scrap metal or science point. Oh, you can do 20 science an hour. I did not know the mine can produce science. That's interesting. That must be a folktale thing. Yeah, you produce 2 every 1.8 hours, and you use. Don't tell me. You use 2 every 4 hours. So one of these can supply 2 of these. So we're going to have 2 mines. So we're going to be good. We're going to be fine. You might switch them over to doing science then, sometimes, because we are going to need lots of science. As was pointed out in the comments last episode, you need science to unlock golems. When we build a first golem, we can come into here, and there will be an option inside the farmhouse to enable golems, and requires research. And it basically programs for golems how to use the farmhouse and other bits and pieces. It's expensive for some buildings and cheap for other. We're going to need a lot more time. So we need to re-enable these at some point. But I can't right now because I don't have the beavers there. Basically, we're always kind of down on beavers. So, yeah. But knowing that these can do science, I didn't know that. Kind of didn't need to build. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we might build campfires down the back here. Sunflower seeds all around. And farms and stuff outside here. Sunflowers just need harvesting. They don't actually require any processing at all. So yeah, but that's the plan. That's the plan. So we're gonna let things build, and we will come back once they're done, and we can move on to the next stage. And then next episode, we will build our first golem. So golem prep is complete. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.